The health system in Escape from Tarkov is complicated, to say the least. So, today that's what we're diving into. What is the health system? What does each buff and debuff mean? And how do we fix them or get them? So, let's dive right into it. When it comes to taking damage, you can receive several debuffs. But the main one you want to watch out for is Bleed, Fractured, and Destroyed. These are the ones that will impact you the most throughout your raids. When it comes to the head and thorax, taking damage to this area usually results in instant death. But you should note that bleeding into the destroyed state and health reduction from stims doesn't cause instant death. But at that point, looking at a bird could kill you. When it comes to your arms, if you receive a fractured arm, using items, searching containers will be 50% slower than normal speed. Reloading, drawing, and aiming weapons takes 67% more time. Beyond that, if your arm gets destroyed, you'll take additional damage over your entire body's health pool at 0.7 times the damage dealt. While your stomach can't be fractured, it can be destroyed, causing increases in dehydration and energy loss. Additional damage will be taken and distributed over the entire body's health pool by 1.5 times the damage dealt. For each leg fractured, your speed reduces by 45%, you receive decreased jump height, and sprinting causes further damage to the legs. If your leg gets destroyed, the additional damage to the entire body's pool will be 1 times damage dealt. This is why we hear the term leg meta on a pretty regular basis in Escape from Tarkov. Now that we have basic understanding of the parts of the health system, let's take a look at the debuffs. The primary debuff that you will run against is bleeding. We have light and heavy bleeds. Light bleeds cause you to lose 0.8 HP lost in each non-destroyed body part every 6 seconds until treated. Heavy bleed will lose 0.9 HP every 4 seconds. This also leaves a trail of spattered blood. You also have decreased energy during this time. This will become a fresh wound when treated. A fresh wound lasts about 240 seconds or until it starts bleeding again. A fresh wound will revert into a heavy bleed if the affected body part takes major damage, such as a bullet, mines, or jumping, for instance. Also, if your leg was damaged in the initial skirmish, sprinting may cause a light bleed from a fresh wound as well. We've already discussed fractures, but this is one that you'll run against on a fairly regular basis as well, especially if you jump off of high objects and fracture your legs. A lot of times, all of these things cause pain, which causes vision darkness. This lasts until the cause is treated. Pain also causes a tremor, which is your screen shake. This will last until the pain is treated. This is why painkillers are very, very important. Some interactions and some meds will cause contusions or tunnel vision as well. This will often fix itself in about 60 seconds, but tunnel vision can last anywhere from 30 to 1800 seconds depending on the cause. It's very important to try to stay safe during this time, as you really can't see a darn thing during tunnel vision. After taking stomach damage or on longer raids, dehydration becomes a factor. Whether you have dehydration or hard dehydration, this will impact you differently. Either way, you're going to receive a soaping filter. With dehydration, you lose 2 health points every 2 seconds. Hard dehydration, you lose 3 health points every 3.5 seconds on every limb. Hard dehydration is often one of those factors that causes your thorax and head to be destroyed, which means any damage after that, you're exiting the raid. Food is also a necessity in Escape from Tarkov. Not eating can cause you to have fatigue or hard fatigue. With regular fatigue, all actions are 20% slower. With hard fatigue, 20% slower is a debuff, as well as losing 1 point of health every 2 seconds. This can also cause the destroyed head or thorax. The final debuff you'll run against on a regular basis is going to be being overweight. During overweight state, you make more noise, have reduced jump height, have an increased stamina drain, fall damage is increased, movement speed's decreased, and walking drains your stamina. During critical overweight, you cannot sprint, your max stance height is reduced, prone movement drains stamina as well, and stance blocks stamina regain. Now, there is one more debuff that you might not run into on a regular basis, but it will cause you a lot of anger. This is Unknown Toxin. This deals gradual damage over time and causes pain. This can be treated with augmentin pills or XTG-12 injectors. You often get this hit from a cultist knife and knight, so keep an eye out for them. But what about buffs? I guess that's your next question, right? Well, Terra Labs brought with them a lot of different injector cocktails and other things that are just not so savory depending on what you're after. So this is a basic cheat sheet of all the stims, their buffs, debuffs, and anything else that you might want to know about them. I'll also include a quick cheat sheet for what meds I use on raids, as well as what they're used for. This can also be found in our Discord, so go ahead and head down to the description down below, click the Discord link, join it up, say hey, and let's run some raids. If you enjoyed this video on the Tarkov health system, hit like, hit subscribe, because in the next video, we're talking about how to deal some damage.